Prates is a lefty and he's a Muay Thai guy, okay? So what I liked, the biggest attacks in this entire fight was the left knee. Like that was the game changer. It wasn't just a normal left knee either. Like it wasn't like your mom's left knee, okay? It wasn't like a here, like this. This fool put so much turnover on the left knee and like was moving JDM's head so big and had so much like just snap on the end of it that it was sick, okay? Let's switch sides so that they can see. All right, so on my left knee, instead of, this is what Prates does super good, instead of throwing like your normal like big step, big hip in like this, Prates is doing that but at like a super fast rate. Prates does a really good job of like stomping this left leg and like shooting this to the face, okay? Opposed to kind of like when you'll see like guys step here like this really slow and throw like this, all right? Prates had a really good like stomping of this left foot so that he could really rip that up, okay? When you're kneeing, you don't wanna just step and throw your knee. You wanna step, that's like kind of why they do all of this stuff, some of the reason, is I wanna like step and feel like I'm gonna like bounce off the floor when I'm doing good knees, okay? So instead of walking, throwing my knee like this, I'm taking a step and the second it hits, I'm stomping my foot in the ground so I could really rip into that knee. He's stomping and like really ripping through throwing that left knee, okay? Super awesome. And then he also turned it into a left round kick, which was like mega sick, because you don't see that very often. So there was a couple times, I think maybe even JDM was maybe lefty when this happened. Yeah. So when he's here and instead of throwing this like stomp, boom, crushing high left knee, he threw kind of like over and around and like wrapped it around JDM's head, which is super sick. This type of kick you're gonna use a little bit more when they're in the same stance, just because the way that we stand. So if Luis switches, when we're here like this, going up and over on this side doesn't make as much sense because most of us stand like this when we're in our normal stances. We don't stand like this. Where when I'm in this stance and I'm going over the lead side, there's already a little bit of a tilt and like a shelf on this side that's harder to get over than on this side. I hope that that makes sense. Versus like here, I'm making a shelf on this side, but no one stands like this, and there's not a shelf on this side. When we're here like this, I don't need to like throw really high and whip down on this rear side, okay? Because the height of his shoulder is already a little bit lower, so I can kind of kick a little bit more up here, okay? When he switches and we're in this stance, now he kind of has this a little bit, the shelf is a little higher and he's not as easy to hit on that side. So instead of throwing the same angle type of kick, Prates did a really awesome job of throwing this and like bringing it up and around like he was trying to like hook the back of JDM's head, which like I said was super unique and like mega high class or high level stuff, okay? So we're here like this. I'm gonna throw my kick. After setting a bunch of these up here, he went here and then like really wrapped and kicked around JDM's face, which was sick. The other thing that we'll talk about is the elbows, because the elbows were nasty. Like not a lot of people use elbows super efficiently in MMA because the space is really hard, but they're really good for guys that are gonna have their guard up and walk like this, okay? Like I can poke at this person all day. Like when I fought Petr Yan, I know O'Malley brought this up too when he fought him too. He was like, dude, I felt like I couldn't really like pepper this dude. And that's how it can feel when someone's covering their face and being really good here. Prates did a super awesome job of being like, okay, this dude has a guard, that's fine. I'm about to just blast through it with some of my elbows here like this. He threw one, like I don't have shoulders like that anymore, but he threw like this kind of like, it's not a tomahawk, like a tomahawk goes up and then down. It was kind of like a, it's not a slashing elbow, but it has kind of the same movement to it. Not like this, but he just brings this in, so he's still hitting with like a pointy part. Definitely something that I'm gonna steal from this dude, where it's the same type of movement with my body. He's just bringing his elbow up and in, which I like a lot because sometimes when you're rotating too far on elbows, you can feel really stuck afterwards, where if you elbow like this, I feel like you don't get stuck in over rotating yourself. So definitely gonna steal that from him. But that was another really awesome thing that he did. JDM was marching him down with a good guard, and Prates picked like the perfect weapons, where instead of just poking at this dude, which he still was doing an awesome job of that, he's like, let me get this guy off of me by like really hard, nasty knees, and let me get this guy off of me by like really throwing hard elbows, which is definitely like a big piece of his Muay Thai background.